Hi, green lovers. It's the end of July, and I wanted to give you a quick update on the pepper plants. I did a video in the beginning of July where I showed you how to do some midsummer maintenance, some cleanup, some trimming, some shading, some pruning, that kind of thing. And I want to show you the results on my plants and how they have blossomed and bloomed as a result of all that love and care we showed them. So if you haven't seen the other video, I do recommend, once this plane passes. Hello? Can you be quiet? I do recommend that you go out and check that video. I will leave a link up at the corner here so that you can see how they looked then and you can see what a difference 1 month has made. And at the end of this video, I am going to do an update on my single seed challenge plant, my Chinese 5-color pepper. It is exploding in color, and I am so thrilled to show you what it's looking like. Coming right up. So let's start with this pepper planter, the same one that I started off with last time. And you can already see that the plants are much taller and much fuller looking than they did in that video. And as I draw up closer, let me show you first my overwintered peppers. Now this one is a California Wonder pepper. I showed you a lot of fruit. It continues to have a lot of fruit, and there are more coming. A little bit of sun scald there. I'm gonna have to harvest this very quickly because the longer I let it stay on the plant, the faster it deteriorates. So you can cut off this portion and use it, but this is the problem with California Wonder peppers, and particularly this plant. It's producing a lot of new growth at the top, new flowers at the top, and so I might have to come out here and put a little shade over this plant because we've got a couple of hot months coming up, and this thing is producing just way too many peppers, and they're all going to get scalded if I don't watch out. Moving on to my jalapeno plant, which had just a few jalapenos starting up in the last video. It is just loaded with jalapenos now, all over, everywhere I look. There are jalapenos, more jalapenos, I don't know, probably around 100 jalapenos at least on this plant, and so much more coming, lots and lots of new blossoms. So this plant has done really well, and I highly recommend overwintering it if you can, because I started getting fruit from it so much earlier than the other one, which is right around the corner here, much smaller. As you can see, I'm going to put them in contrast. You can see that plant there. Yes, it's got a little bit of a head start because it's sitting in a pot, but still it is so much taller than this plant. This plant is probably no more than about 18 inches tall, and it's from the same seed stock, but just a few peppers here and there. Yeah, overwintering, that's the way to go. Let me swing around here and show you my poblano pepper and my Marconi pepper. This is the poblano pepper plant. Now it hasn't grown too much taller, I'd say maybe around 6 inches taller than I showed you last time, but look at the fruit, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some nice big fruit on this plant. So at least about 6 or 7 or 8 on this. Now we're going to have to harvest these. I'm going to make some stuffed poblanos today with some quinoa and black bean and some beautiful avocado lime dressing. And I'm going to harvest these for that. You don't want to keep these too much longer on this plant unless you want them to change color, because what happens is it's putting all its energy now into growing these, ripening these, and you'll see not much going on in the flower department. I might have one bud coming up here, but I've got a long growing season here in California, Northern California. So if I harvest these, I've got another, 3.5, 4 months before my first frost date. So I can easily get one more harvest, the second blush, as I call it, of peppers from these plants if I harvest them right away. So I'm going to go ahead and harvest all these poblanos, but I also wanted to show you the Marconi peppers. Now, this is starting to change color. I was hoping it would grow a little bit bigger than this, but you know what? I'm happy with this. This is quite big. I've got 3 growing on this plant, and this is a small plant. It's again about 18 inches tall, but 3 delicious peppers. And then if I harvest these, I'm hoping it will get some more blossoms and produce some more for me. Now that's my overwintered peppers. Oh, look at these Thumbelina zinnias, guys. They're so pretty. The bees just love them, and I love them. They bring me so much joy. So these peppers I showed you last time were tiny little plants, probably about less than a foot tall. Now they're a couple of feet tall. These were what I called my mystery plants because they were a bunch of seeds that I just threw in a flower pot, didn't know what they were, and they all sprouted. Well, guess what? We have fruit. It is some kind of bell pepper. I don't think it's a California wonder though, because the California wonders don't grow this tall. But I've got plenty of fruit coming. If I go further back here, you can see more fruit in the back, but lots and lots of fruit coming. There's plenty of foliage on this as well, and I'm happy with that because that protects it from that sun scald effect that these are going through. So yeah, lots and lots of bell peppers in my future, and lots more flowers coming as well. So I think I'm going to be very well stocked for bell peppers this year. And moving quickly to this pepper bed. Now this Pequin pepper plant, I've been fiercely protecting it from the shading out of these other pepper plants around it. In fact, I've kind of pushed these to the side. You can see that this one is slanting and growing this way. That's okay, no problem. This is an Anaheim hot pepper, and it's got a few peppers coming. So, but this one is just a very slow growing pepper. It's a candidate for overwintering. It is the only pepper plant in my entire collection that does not have any flowers yet. So, will I get some fruit this year? Maybe, but I'm definitely going to try and overwinter that one because I can't wait this long to get peppers. Check out my black-eyed Susan. This is a flower that I highly recommend that you grow if you can in your climate. I love them even better than sunflowers. Sunflowers are finicky for me. The squirrels tend to get them before they even bloom. Now let's move on to the other side. Let me show you some of my other peppers and how they are loading up. So this pepper planter is actually peppers and eggplant. And these eggplants, this is an Aswad eggplant. I think this is a Little Prince, but they are growing quite fast and they have been competing with the peppers for sunlight, and I've been removing these leaves because they tend to shade out some of my pepper plants. So here, this shishito pepper plant has not done as much as I would have liked it to do. It's got some fruit. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's got some fruit coming up and lots more flowers too. So I've got hope, but as you can see, so much shade going on here. In fact, I've been removing these big eggplant leaves. These leaves are really big for these eggplants. Look at that, compared to the size of my hand. That's a huge leaf, and they can shade out these things very quickly. This pepper plant here doesn't stand a chance at all. It constantly gets shaded out by these big leaves, and I just can't keep up. So, oh well, win some, lose some. Moving around to the side here, this is the Joe's Long Cayenne. Look at the number of cayenne peppers. There wasn't a single one on it when I showed this to you less than a month ago, and now look at it. What a difference a month makes. Lots and lots and lots of cayenne peppers. This one here is a serrano pepper. This had just started to produce, and now it's loading up quite quickly. Lots and lots of peppers and lots more coming. This is a Bishop's Crown pepper. It's again one of those peppers, very, very pretty, but just taking forever to produce flowers. Now as I walk towards my Chinese 5-color pepper, May I ask you to kindly hit that like button? It does so much to get this video out to a broader audience. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I am going to be doing a fall series, a fall and winter series, and I will take you through the planning process of how I get my seeds started, how I plan for which seeds to get started, how I get them in the ground, and how I grow them through the season. So here is my Chinese 5-color pepper. Look at it, you guys. I actually have a red pepper. This was the one that I've been tracking in my previous videos, these 3. Look at that beautiful color. And right next to it, I've got 2 others. This one was, they go very, very rapidly from this purple color, which is the original color of the pepper. They turn cream. I'll show you a cream one here. That's the cream color. Then they go to kind of a yellow. And every shade in between, clearly. And then they go to orange. This one actually is already turning orange, so that's what it kind of looks like. And then finally it goes to this beautiful red color. And it also produces little bonus mixture colors along the way, like that one. And you can see there's lots of peppers on this, lots of flowers. Purple flowers. Just something to note, not all peppers start out green. A lot of them actually have this beautiful purple color when they start out, and that is usually the unripe color of the pepper. There's very few peppers, none that I know of frankly, that are purple when they are fully ripe. So Purple Beauty, well, that's actually an unripe pepper. There's another one called Buena Molata, I think, that is also a purple pepper when it starts off, but they're just such pretty peppers. So that's my single seed challenge update. It's doing really well. Well, I hope you enjoyed this pepper tour. Peppers are so much fun to grow. I'd love to hear what your favorites have been. I really want to grow more peppers next year, just for the sheer joy of all the varieties. I know I focus a lot on tomatoes, but peppers are so much more fun to grow, and in my climate, they handle the heat like champs. So yeah, maybe I'm going to be growing more peppers than tomatoes next year. Until next time, live green and love your greens.